Hi everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama. It's 5 Ways Wednesday, and today I'm going to show you 5 ways to pack the Jujube Be Prepared. I get so many questions about this bag, and usually what people are asking is, do I really need the Be Prepared, and how on earth am I ever going to pack that monster bag? Well, this is actually one of my favorite bags, and there are so many different ways to pack it. So today I'm going to show you 5 of my favorite ways to pack the Jujube Be Prepared. Alright, one of my favorite ways to use the Be Prepared is actually as an overnight bag when I take my son to stay with his grandparents. Now I have this packed up for a toddler. I do have a 12-month-old. So starting off in the mommy pocket, I basically have anything that my parents would be grabbing for to comfort my son. First thing I have in here is in the mesh pocket, just some Tylenol for him because he's teething. If you have a bigger baby, you might have different kinds of medicine in here. I have 2 little droppers for them and some Orajel for his teeth. I have hand sanitizer and wet ones in here. In the Prince pocket here, I have a Kaiju City coin purse that has his toothbrush and toothpaste in it. And lastly, in the mommy pocket, right here where the sunglass case is, I have his teething necklace. I got this necklace off of an Etsy shop, and lots of people ask me about this every time I show it, so I will link the shop down below. In the outside bottle pocket, I have my son's favorite little comfort toy. And in the other bottle pocket, I have put a Be Light rolled up. Now, my mom has a diaper bag. She picked out the Hobo Bee, but grandparents don't always have their own diaper bag, so it might be courteous to put a Be Light in here just so that your mom or dad can grab everything out of here that they need if they decide to take your baby out, and they have a nice little small compact diaper bag instead of having to drag around the Be Prepared. Alright, moving on to the inside. Here's a shot of how it looks before I start pulling everything out. Now, if you guys have been following my channel for any period of time, you probably know that I cloth diaper. My parents do know how to cloth diaper, but they're not super duper comfortable with it, so I do like to give them disposable diapers when my son is staying with them. I was able to fit 11 size 3 diapers in here, and there's actually room to spare. If they were going to need more than that, like if this was more than just an overnight trip, I might just give them a pack of diapers. But fitting 11 diapers in this front little pocket here is pretty awesome, and that would be just about all they would need for an overnight trip. Now, I love packing with pouches, but I have found that my parents don't tend to like having to fuss with opening up various pouches inside of a bag, so I tend to not use pouches when I pack up for them. Instead, I just utilize all of these really great pockets that come inside the Be Prepared. I mean, this bag was made for you to not have to have pouches if you don't want to, so you might as well take advantage of that. Here in the front mesh pocket, I have 3 different outfits for my son rolled up together. I think part of the fun of being a grandparent is getting to play dress up with your grandkids, so I've given them like a fun sporty outfit with like some basketball shorts and a tank top. I have a couple of socks in there. Then just a really comfy kind of like onesie style outfit. It's just got the little shorts attached to it. And then a nice kind of churchy outfit for him. If they want to dress him up to take him to a church event or out to eat somewhere nice, they can choose to do that. In the pocket right next to where I had his clothes, I just have his favorite pair of shoes. Well, I guess I can't say these are his favorite, but these are my favorite to put on him because they're little boat shoes and they're so cute. Okay, so that was everything in the front mesh pockets. In the back mesh pockets, in this kind of skinny one over here, I have his Soul Slings linen shoes. These are soft bottom shoes, so they're not great for if he's going to be walking around outside, but he does like to walk around in his little walker, and sometimes his feet get cold on my parents' hardwood floor. So these are really, really awesome. They still give him some traction for walking around on their hardwood, and they keep his feet warm. In this long pocket here, I have a full case of wipes. My son has to have the sensitive wipes because he has sensitive skin, so I always provide that for them. In kind of the long, almost like a bottle pocket on the inside of this bag, I have baby powder. I have 2 of his favorite books laying inside there. Chances are grandparents usually have books laying around, but these are 2 that my son really loves, and I know that my parents enjoy doing bedtime prayers with him, so I just pack these for them to have in case they want to use them. Next, I have a fuel cell packed with things that they're going to need to feed my son. Now again, I have a toddler. You're going to pack this a little bit differently if you're formula feeding or breastfeeding still, but the way that I have packed it, is with a couple of utensils in here. I have a little slip-resistant placemat. And then the rest of the things in here are just like stuff that my son likes to snack on. He can basically eat anything that's on other people's plate, so I don't have to worry about packing a lot of food. But I don't expect them to have some of this stuff, like oatmeal that he likes for breakfast, some arrowroot cookies and goldfish, these little beech nut quinoa bars. He loves these, especially now that he's teething again. These like really seem to soothe his teeth. Some snacky granola bars and his sippy cup. Okay, and the last thing that I have in here is a Be Quick. This is his Night Quick. It has everything that my parents need for when it's time to put him to bed. So although I'm going to give them several passies for when he's just around their house, I do like to keep one passy in a passy pod attached to the Quick so that when it's bedtime, if he's like really fussy and they're in a hurry to get him in bed, they don't have to go searching for a passy. They know that there's one right here. On the inside of the Quick, all I have is a little pair of pajamas for him. His BB Olay sleepy suit. We've just transitioned kind of away from the zippity zip and into this one. The BB Olay sleep suit does not have arms in it, so his arms and hands are actually free, which is good now that he has a little bit more mobility. And the last thing that I have in here is just a spare, it's like a backup sleepy suit, and this is his zippity zip. But you know, sometimes he does, he's like a heavy wetter at night, and sometimes he can get his sleepy suit wet. So I like to give my parents a backup so that they don't have to stay up waiting on the washing machine so that my son can go to sleep. This time I have the Be Prepared packed for an outing to the zoo or to a theme park. Starting again with the outside of the bag, tucked in this front kind of button pocket here, I have a selfie stick. I like to start off with my wallet sitting in this little front pocket too, just for when we first get to the park and we're buying our tickets. I don't leave this here because it's just too easy for someone to snatch out, but it is very convenient when we first get there to be able to pull it right out and get our tickets. In one of the side bottle pockets, I have 2 ponchos, and on the other side, I have sunscreen for my son and for me and my husband. Let's get into the mommy pocket. There's not a lot in here. I do have some wet ones in this front window pocket here. In the mesh pocket, I have a little fan, mostly for keeping my son cool. In the print pocket, I have allergy pills for me and my husband because we always need it, and Tylenol for my son just in case. In the sunglasses pocket, I do have a cheap pair of sunglasses for me. I don't ever take nice sunglasses to a theme park, so cheapies it is. And then down here, I feel like so many of my videos have deodorant in them. You guys are gonna think I'm a smelly, sweaty person, but when you're at a theme park down in the south, it is humid and muggy, and you're there all day long. For everyone else's sake, it's just good to carry some deodorant. Here is how the inside of the bag looks all packed. In the front pocket here, I have a Be Light. This is just a spillover bag for anything that we might pick up while we're there, little knickknacks or souvenirs and things like that. And that's really all that I had in the front. I didn't even bother packing up the mesh pockets here in the front because I wanted all my space back here, and again, trying to stay light. I have my Soul Slings on Buhimo over here on the side. This way I can wear my son if I need to. I have a fuel cell packed with snacks and things for my family. I just don't want anybody getting hangry, and I don't want to pay theme park prices. So I've got stuff for my son, like little raisins and then cookies, and I've got nuts for us and bananas and things like that. Just everything to keep folks from getting hangry. I like to keep diapering stuff in a Planet-Wise wet dry bag, and the reason why is that this has a little snap hook on it here, so when this gets big and heavy, and if I find myself needing more room in my diaper bag for things that we've picked up along the way, I can actually take this out and clip it to the side of my stroller and free up a whole bunch of room in the diaper bag. And what I like to do is I do always start off cloth diapering when we go out for an outing like this, but I do like to bring extra disposable diapers just in case. This is the dry part of the wet dry bag, so all of the clean diapers start out in the dry part of the bag, and then as we do diaper changes, the cloth diapers that are dirty and wet go in the PUL lined wet part of this bag. So in here I just have his disposable diapers. Here's some more wipes, baby powder, and of course some cloth diapers. In the back of the Be Prepared, I have a change of clothes. Sometimes, you know, there's like water attractions at these theme parks and your baby wants to go play in it and they get soaking wet, so I like to have a change of clothes. And usually when we're at a theme park, we start off with my son in little flip-flops, but sometimes we might want to go out to eat when we're all finished, and flip-flops might not be appropriate, so I do like to pack a little pair of nice shoes for him with 2 pairs of socks, one packed inside of each shoe. And the last thing that I have in here is a little pair of swimmy diaper covers for my son. These are so cute, and they just go right over your little diaper and keep that diaper dry and kind of prevent it from getting all soppy and saggy when it gets wet. And then lastly, I have this cute little grandpa hat for my son. I love these kinds of hats because they do protect not only his head but his face, neck, and shoulders as well. So when he's out from underneath of his stroller, I like to put this on him just to keep his little baby skin safe. This Be Prepared is packed for a weekend or overnight trip with your hubby without the baby. So in the bottle pocket, I have a bottle of wine because you don't need to have a reason, just bring wine. I don't have much in the mommy pocket just because this bag is packed like with everything that I would need for getting myself dressed and showered, and so there's just not a lot of space in the mommy pocket. But I have kind of packed this up with fun little things that you would really only need if you were having a kidless trip, if you know what I mean. And I'm a little shy to share this with you, but I like to be real on this channel. This is a family channel, and being a wife is part of familyness. So I like to keep family planning essentials in a medium set piece, just because you never know when you're out if somehow your bag is gonna flop open, and I just don't want those things just sitting there. So having them in here is nice because you can reach for them really quickly when the mood strikes, and they are inconspicuous inside of a medium set piece. The sunglasses pocket is a wonderful little place for any kind of oils that you might be into when you're having a husband and wife moment. And the last thing that's in here, and I'm only sharing this, guys, because I think that as moms, we do kind of forget sometimes that we are wives also. And so I had this idea for my husband, and I'm shy sharing this, but I'm wondering if some of you might actually enjoy doing something like this. I created these love coupons for my husband, and I'm not going to share all of them with you because I don't want my channel to get demonetized. These are just little coupons for my husband that he can cash in when we are out without the baby. So, these can be rated from PG all the way up to R or X if you want to. But they're really just coupons that my husband can give me whenever he wants to have some intimate time. And I've promised him that I will honor them whenever he gives them to me. And it's just something that's kind of fun that you can do together to inspire some intimacy and just some special alone time together. So anyway, this is a fun thing to bring along on a hubby and wife weekend, and hand them to your husband when you get there, and he can enjoy those at his leisure. Okay, so that was for the most part the only risque stuff in this bag, I promise. The only other thing that I have that might be a little uncomfortable to talk about is I like to, wow, that's mushed up. I like to pack a quick with any romantic items that I have packed with me. I don't want him to see what things I have chosen if I do feel like getting a little bit dressed up for him. Again, uncomfortable, but at least when it's in a quick, you can still kind of have the element of surprise if you want to pop into the bathroom and change into something a little less comfortable, if you know what I mean. It's in a quick and he can't see it beforehand. Okay, now that really was the last uncomfortable thing, I promise. Next I have a Be Ready. This fits so well inside of the Be Prepared, and in here I just have all of my makeup essentials as well as a mini toothbrush and toothpaste, a mini hairbrush, and things like that. I like to pack a Be Quick that has just a swimsuit and a little cover up in case wherever we're going has a pool. Whenever we are having sort of a husband and wife getaway, I like to pack my Bible with me. This is a custom Bible cover that I had made by CJ Pipsqueak, and I just have a thin ESV Bible in there. But my husband and I, before we had a kid, we were so good about doing Bible time together, but now that we have a 1-year-old, we kind of fit our Bible time in whenever each of us can do it, and it's seldom together. So I like packing a Bible with me so that, in the mornings we can get up and make a cup of coffee and have some time in the Word together. I tend to just use the blow dryer that's at the place where we're staying because I hate packing a blow dryer, but in the side bottle pocket I have my hair straightener, and that's actually a perfect space for either a straightener or a curling iron or anything like that. And the last thing that I have in here is an Amazon Prime packing cube where I just have my clothes for the weekend and some cute little strappy sandals that I can either wear to dress up like a cute pair of jeans or a dress, or I can wear them by the pool as well. Alright, so for the fourth way of packing this Be Prepared, I'm actually having to do voiceover mode here because I lost all the audio from this clip. So that's why this part sounds a little different. My apologies. Alright, so I'm packing up this Be Prepared for 2 in diapers. I don't actually have 2 in diapers, so I'm just kind of making my best guess at what this would be like if I had 2 in diapers. So I don't have a lot here in the mommy pocket just because the main part of the Be Prepared is packed so full with all the things that you have to have for 2 in diapers. But I do have in this mesh pocket here a Be Charged. This is probably just about the biggest wallet you're going to be able to get inside of the Be Prepared when it's packed for 2 in diapers, just because the rest of the bag is packed up so full. Next, I have a medium set piece, and this is packed kind of as a medical needs kit for 2 babies. I have some hand sanitizer just because with a brand newborn baby you're probably going to want to sanitize your hands quite a bit. I have some gripe water, always great for a newborn baby. Some Mother Love breast milk supplements. I liked to take these when I was breastfeeding because they really help with your milk supply. Next, I just have some Tylenol and a little syringe, and of course, Orajel. I have 2 Passy Pods attached to the diaper bag, one on either side, in 2 different prints, just so that I could always make sure that I know which Passy Pod goes with which infant. You don't really want to be passing Passies back and forth between 2 different kids. I have a sippy cup on one side and of course a baby bottle on the other side. If you're breastfeeding and you're not formula feeding, sometimes it's still just nice to have a bottle there in case you want to pump and bottle feed. Here's the inside of the bag all packed up, and the way that I've organized this is to basically put all the things for the newborn on this side of the Be Prepared and all the things for my older child here on the back, and then I have 2 fuel cells, one for each baby. Starting in the front mesh pocket here, I'm going to show what I have packed for the younger, like newborn baby that you might be packing for. The first thing that I have is 2 little Joey's newborn and preemie diapers. These are cloth diapers that are made for newborns and preemies. I didn't get to use these when my son was a newborn just because I didn't start cloth diapering until he was a good bit older, but I will be using these with my next baby because I'm just so excited about the idea of starting an infant off in cloth from the very beginning. But I've also packed some disposable diapers in here as well, just because those first few poopies are just so intense, and sometimes it might just be good to have some disposables on you as well. On the same side as the newborn diapers, I also have tossed in here some diaper rash cream, and then of course some of these little disposable deodorized trash bags that are great for disposing of dirty and wet diapers. And in front of all that, I have a snuggle blanket. On the back side of the Be Prepared, in these mesh pockets, I have cloth diapers for an older baby. I have one here in the Toki Joy print, and then one solid purple one. And then of course I have a wet bag for putting all of the wet and dirty diapers for both babies. Over here in the side mesh pocket, I have a full pack of wipes, as well as a very big bottle of baby powder for 2 babies. Now the last 2 things that I have in here are 2 fuel cells, one for each baby. Now I do plan on breastfeeding for my next baby, God willing, so I have this packed the way that I would pack this for breastfeeding, but if you're a formula feeding mom, you can use a fuel cell. All you gotta do is put formula and bottles in here instead of the stuff I'm about to show you. So in here I have a PlanetWise nursing cover. I love these nursing covers because these come in a matching bag for you to throw your cover back into after you're done breastfeeding. In the top window pocket, I have a fan. I live down in the south. It gets very hot here, and when you have a nursing baby underneath a nursing cover, it can get very hot and difficult to get air through there. So I liked to carry this fan with me. This one has a little necklace on the top of it, so I could actually put this around my neck and then tuck it down into the nursing cover and give my son a little bit of a breathe. Now, the other thing that I would often keep in my fuel cell was my manual pump. which unfortunately I've already packed up for the move, so I can't show it to you. But I would keep these collection bags along with these little cups. These come with the Medela collection bags, and basically you can attach the bag to this part here and attach this to the manual pump and collect milk in there. And if I wanted to, I could always just put the milk into a bottle and feed the baby that way. And lastly, inside of this fuel cell, I have some pacifier wipes, but these were what I always used to wipe down my pump parts when I was done with them, just to make sure they were clean and sanitary until I could get home and actually wash them. Alright, and the last thing that I have in here is a fuel cell packed for my 1-year-old. I won't open up everything because you guys have seen me pack a fuel cell like this a million times, but I basically just have a skip hop snack container with lots of different snacks in it, some wet ones and meat cheeks, his skid resistant placemat down here, a couple of little grab and go snacks like raisins and little yogurt bars, a Be Neat, and of course some silverware back here. Alright, and the last way that I'm going to show you to pack the Be Prepared is how I like to pack it as a church bag. We tend to keep my son with us instead of putting him in the nursery, and sometimes we have good days in service and sometimes we have not so good days. So I do like to be prepared. Be prepared and have kind of everything that I might need to keep him entertained during church. So I don't usually put much in the mommy pocket because on church days I'm usually carrying kind of like a nice purse that goes with my outfit, but I do have sitting like where I can really easily grab it right here, just a medium set piece with my son's teething necklace in it. I have a passy pod, of course, and a sippy cup in here for giving him water or juice during service. And here's how I like to pack up the inside. In the front pocket here, I like to keep my Bible as well as my Erin Condren notebook. I keep my husband's Bible and notebook for him back here as well. And the reason why I have those tucked inside of here is this is our hip seat carrier. I showed this in my 5 Ways Wednesday video on 5 ways to wear your baby. And usually in church, my husband is the one who ends up wearing our son if he needs to be worn. And what I like about using this one for church service is that my son can sit there comfortably, he can still kind of move and groove to the music, and he doesn't feel as kind of, you know, closed in or maybe even trapped as he might feel if he was in like a full buckle carrier. I always pack a fuel cell with snacks for him, and I'm not going to go into it because this is packed exactly as it was in the last video that I showed. And lastly, not any different than kind of the way I did it for the 2 in diapers in the last kind of segment of this video. I have diapers and a wet bag in this back mesh pocket. I don't keep anything here just because that hip seat carrier kind of takes up a lot of space and I run out of room if I put anything in there. But in the 2 side pockets I have wipes and baby powder. And that usually does it pretty well for me when we're in church. I have everything that I need to keep him happy and content, and I can actually enjoy the service. Alright everyone, so that was 5 ways to pack the Jujubee Be Prepared. I hope you liked this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration for how to pack your own Be Prepared. I have one Be Prepared in stock right now in the Queen of the Jungle print that's actually on sale. It's the very, very last sale item of the Queen of the Jungle print, so if you want to check that out, I'll put the link down below. If you like this kind of content, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up, just so that I know that this is the kind of thing I should keep doing. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit this button right here to make sure that you catch all of my latest content. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Look for my FYI Friday coming out this Friday, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.